This Thanksgiving week, we're serving up a fluffy slice of nostalgia. Think Blockbuster nights, mixtapes, phones with cords. It's a light, feel-good episode about growing up in the 80s, how tech has changed, and why some things never do. Perfect for post-turkey lounging. Let's get into it. Hey, I'm Morgan.
I'm Chris. Welcome to the Midlife Mud,
where we promise to bring the real shit, all the grit, and pretty much zero clue about how to deal with this crazy phase of life.
And by the way, because this is all about feeling less alone, what we want most is to connect with you.
Absolutely. So take a few seconds and visit themidlifemud.com and join our community.
And you'll stay up to date on all the dirt.
And even better, become a part of the conversation.
We can't wait to see you there. All right. Tighten those boots and let's get muddy. So this week I was sitting in the office and there was this 9-year-old boy there and he was staring at the wall with kind of this obsessed look, and he looked over at his mom and asked, "What is that thing? Is that a phone?" And it was actually a phone mounted on the wall, like an old school with a receiver. And he said, "But how does it work? Like, how do you do all the things with it? What is
How
it?"
do you play Roblox on that thing?
And it just made me pause because I guess it makes sense, but of course that's a phone to me, because back in the day, when we grew up, I remember when cordless phones with the pull-out antenna was the big technology.
Oh, yeah. Like the brick?
Well, no, I'm not talking about a portable phone.
No, I know, but they looked like
phone.
they were huge,
were
though.
Sizable. Yeah, and I was trying to, at the time, I was fairly obsessed with talking on the phone. And so I would try to figure out ways that I could expand my talking time.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember there was a period of time that I was literally wrapping the cordless phone in a trash bag and creating a little hole so the antenna could come out of the trash bag so that I could have it in the shower.
Are you serious?
Yes.
How did I not know this?
I don't know.
When did you do that?
I think I was a little bit ashamed. So
Who is it that you were needing to talk to that badly?
I probably kept that private. And by the way, there was nothing nefarious going on. I was literally just having a casual conversation while in the shower with the phone wrapped in a trash bag.
But did the other person know you were in the shower while you were on the phone?
Sometimes yes, and sometimes
but
no.
It worked?
But I think the real answer is probably all the time yes, because there is a lot of background noise.
You can't remaster that out. Oh, wow.
You cannot remaster
So
that.
did it actually work, though?
It did work.
Wow.
Yeah, it did work.
Yeah, so a lot has changed in the last 30, 40 years.
Yeah, I'm calling it 40 years.
You're calling it 40.
Yeah, solid like 80s. That's when we grew up.
80s were the best.
They were. And by the way, if you see the new Tron movie, it does give a nice little plug back into the 80s with all these like retro graphics and different things.
Okay.
I won't spoil the movie, but
it's worth checking out. What we want to talk about today is just looking back on the changes that have happened.
But here's the deal. I just bared my soul with wrapping a phone in a trash bag.
Uh-huh.
Do you have anything?
I don't recall ever doing anything of that caliber. I mean, I can't get off the phone thing, like thinking about the phone. It's interesting because last night, so we have, as you know, multiple teen boys. And one of our boys had a bunch of his friends over to spend the night last night. And, you know, they're in this age where they're interested in talking to girls and all this kind of stuff. And so each one of them had their cell phone and they all were on this group call together with this group of girls for hours. I mean, hours.
Now, audio only, audio video?
I think it was a combo. Some people were, okay. I think it was a FaceTime.
Okay.
But some people were only audio.
Right.
So it just it made me think about, you know, the days when I was a teenager and would sit on the phone. Of course, I was attached to the couch or wherever the phone was and the cord and all the stuff, you know,
right,
wrapped up in that, and would spend hours and hours on the phone. It's funny how a lot has changed, but a lot hasn't changed. That feeling that I'm sure that they're experiencing, that brought that back for me.
The feeling, right.
Yeah. It's just such a different situation that they have now.
I mean, if they tried to FaceTime in the shower and keep their phone dry, it could be dangerous.
It could be. It could be dangerous. It could be wildly inappropriate.
Do you remember Star 69?
Yes.
And that little da-da-da-da-da that the tone would make?
Well, there was one to block. Was it star 67? You could block your number from being picked up because caller ID was the new and amazing
that was
thing.
Rolling out, but star 69 was the precursor to that.
Yeah.
So this is back in the day.
Back in the day. Like, let's call this an episode of nostalgia.
Yeah.
Is really what this is.
So one thing that was front and center, I think, for a lot of kids in the 80s, not everybody, definitely us, movies that made a big impact. Do any stand out to you?
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
Yeah.
Is a classic. The things that we would watch on repeat.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off is legit, and it holds up over time.
It does. I watched it with my kids.
Yeah. There is some technology gap, but it's not crazy. So the John Hughes movies had that sort of special formula, and they were really fun to watch, like Pretty in Pink, Some Kind of Wonderful.
Breakfast Club.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off was one of them.
But all of those also have the common theme of they're all sort of coming of age type movies. And I have a particular fondness for storylines like that, even still.
Yeah.
But they're different today. When you watch coming of age stuff today, everybody's doing drugs. Everybody's like, there's some serious stuff happening to these people.
Well, remember the episode that we did on adolescence?
Yes.
I mean, that was heavy.
Yeah.
Heavy. And there's something that was, on average, a little bit lighter about the coming of age stories from that time era. I can remember back then was the VHS video cassette.
Let's just talk about Blockbuster for a second. Can we just talk about Blockbuster?
Like, there was a whole thing there that was around the movie, but it was like a whole process that we would go through.
It was a ritual.
Yeah.
We don't have that ritual anymore.
No, there was no ritual. You had to work for it a little bit.
Yes.
Get in the car and then walk around this big expanse of shelves with all of the different genres and the new release wall and the kids wall and the horror and the action and the adventure and the drama and the romance. And then everybody would be exploring that kind of on their own. And then at some point we would come back
collectively
as a family,
with our loot.
And everyone would have like an armful of these tapes that were like the size of books. And then we would have to sort through the stack and prioritize.
But we would still leave there with like 3 or 4 sometimes.
Or more.
Yeah. And we would rewatch them within that 2-day window that we had. We paid that money.
Well,
we're going to rewatch
paid
it.
The $4.
I would never do that today.
No.
Like watch something on Netflix and then turn around 2 days later and watch it again.
No.
That seems like a waste of time to me.
Right.
Do you remember calling the video store to see if they had X new movie,
and
whatever
then
it
put
was,
it on hold.
and put it on hold?
And we'd be like, yes,
and
they had it.
And just the thought of like going into the store if you were hoping beyond hope that movie would be there. And, you know, they had the case of the movie with the picture on the front, but then they had the actual video cassette behind it. And I remember going in and seeing the picture, and then you look behind and there's no. Just like the.
Or occasionally the worst would be somebody put the wrong one back there. So you thought.
Yeah, you thought it was the right one.
But it wasn't that movie.
And Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah, please be kind. Just the idea of a fast forwarding screen, the way we used to see it, like with the little static line in it.
Mm-hmm.
You don't see that anymore.
That's also different. And I think it takes away a little bit. To your point, you had to work for it a little bit, or you had to have some level of patience or there was an anticipation. We've taken anticipation out of the equation for almost everything in our lives.
Yeah.
There's a trade-off to that. I feel like the payoff when you get there is like, you know, you can go on Netflix and find, or Hulu or Disney Plus. You can find something to watch. Is it worth watching? I would say these days, like 80% of the time, the answer is no. It's not that good. Am I a crotchety old lady? Is that what's happening?
Well, right now I do have this little bit of anticipation thing in a good way going on with the Chad Powers show. I
love
to
Chad
it.
Powers. Has anyone
It's
seen
so
Chad
great.
Powers?
Oh.
Even if you don't like football, I mean, I'm not a football fan necessarily. It's similar. It reminds me of Ted Lasso a little bit.
Well, if you think about it, we all come from the woods. But you're right. There is something about anticipation that is really cool and special. And I think we're losing that potentially. We could
Yeah.
still create it.
You
But that's
can,
the
but like
point.
this
The
whole
point
idea of
is-
instant gratification makes it less gratifying.
There's more onus on us to create that now.
Yeah.
Because everything's put instantly to us
Mm-hmm.
if we want that.
Yes.
So why would you create anticipation? I think about it in terms of like the teenage boys that are upstairs trying to get sleep after being up all night. How do they process that? Like the whole idea of anticipation. That is interesting.
They don't know what that is.
No. No.
They do not know what that is.
Stupid is what it is. Stupid. So I curated a short list of movies. A lot of them are based on these VHS tapes that we had. So when we weren't able to go to Blockbuster or we'd watched all of those, we had this whole box of tapes.
We recorded them off the TV.
Yeah. So
Like Fuzz Bucket.
Oh, Fuzz Bucket. You know, I was going to bring up Fuzz Bucket and I thought, no
one is going to know what that is.
I want her to do it.
I couldn't even. I did go back and try to watch that movie.
It was sort of a
It's so
spin from
silly.
Gremlins, I think.
Maybe it's terrible.
It's really bad.
It's terrible. But as a kid, rewatching these things, or Ghostbusters. Oh my gosh.
Ghostbusters.
We had
We watched a
Ghostbusters
lot.
recorded. And I remember, the Columbia picture thing that comes up before
Yes.
a Columbia picture. I remember thinking anytime I saw that logo or that I was going to be watching Ghostbusters.
What else was on my list? Starman.
Yes. Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges.
That was
young
a
Jeff
good one.
Bridges.
Yes.
Crocodile Dundee.
Oh, did we have that one?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. That's
Yep.
a knife.
Oh, that's a knife. Well, you could eat it. It tastes like shit. Red Dawn. The kind of fun trivia fact about that one is that it starred Patrick Swayze and Jennifer Grey.
And this is pre-Dirty Dancing.
That was a good one. The
Mhm.
remake sucked. Superman.
Superman was one of my
All
favorites.
the various Supermans.
Yes.
1, 2, 3.
Christopher Reeves. He was a good one.
He was. Of course, all the Rockies. Iron Eagle.
Yes.
And I could go on, but that's a smattering.
Yeah, that's a lot of them. I had this thing. We recorded Alice in Wonderland. There was like a mini series on Disney, I think. And I remember rewatching that a lot. And it was like 6 hours long or something.
That's one of the things we used to record the weekly Disney movie
Mhm.
every Sunday. And we would rewatch a lot of those. And
Yeah.
speaking of
I think that's what Fuzz Bucket was.
Speaking of the Columbia, I can picture that woman like standing with the
Yeah.
light above her head. The Disney music that would come on, and then the little
The G,
around
or
the
I always thought
castle.
it was a G. The D.
Yeah.
It looked like a weird D.
That's
so
before you went to school.
Yeah.
It's okay.
There was also something really special, and I'm sure, I feel like even, especially since COVID, movie theaters. Just going to the movie theater.
Yeah.
I feel like that's sort of a dying.
That is something that I have still, like, I enjoy doing that.
Yeah.
And I will go by myself and just watch a movie
Yeah.
in the movie theater. Now, these days, I've got to say, one upgrade I'm enjoying is the recliner standard.
Oh, yes.
There was none of that shit when
No,
we were.
your knees
no,
were going to hurt
They were going to hurt.
when you were done.
I remember one time being in a movie theater where it was literally like a quad workout because they had the angle of the floor wrong. So you had to
Mm.
push yourself into the chair the whole time. It was awful. So moving on, the next category is a little bit more challenging for me because it's music. I love music. Music plays integral roles in my life all
Mhm.
the time. The thing is, I don't always know who sings it. I'm not always connected to the lyrics because I'm very into the melody, but I will start here, and it's seasonally appropriate. one of the first albums, and I had it on a cassette tape, that I can ever remember having is Michael Jackson Thriller. And I can remember many, many times taking out the little case, the little sleeve from the plastic folding case that the cassette was in, and opening it up and looking at Michael Jackson's picture laying on his side in a white suit.
Yeah. I don't recall ever really collecting music. If anything, I will say, again, and this goes along with me being sort of an eclectic music lover, I had mixtapes galore. Like I had friends that would make mixtapes for me, or I would make mixtapes for them, and it had all kinds of different songs on it.
Yeah.
I was never like committed enough to one artist to buy their album. Maybe a few. Like I remember I had a Weezer album.
Can we just talk about the mixtape thing for a second?
Yeah.
I mean, that was
Classic.
a big deal.
People are missing out on that today.
I know. There is an equivalent.
Well, yeah, you can make a playlist on Spotify and share it, can't you?
That's what I wanted to talk about. Like, is that the same value as the mixtape?
No.
I mean, someone would hand you this mixtape, and in the right setting, it could make you cry.
It could. Well, and you know what?
It was so touching because someone would have to think of the list, go through, record it, make sure it was dubbed up correctly. And they couldn't just go to iTunes and like, oh, I like that song, that song, that song. They had to go find the music. Which
a lot of times meant waiting on the radio and waiting for the song to come on and being able to hit play at the right, or record at the right time. Right. And then writing out song number 1, side A is blah, 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 blah. We don't do that anymore.
No. But aren't there albums or even a few songs that were special for you?
Okay, this is going to sound cheesy, I guess. Right. But Peter Gabriel, In Your Eyes, is still one of my favorite songs.
Well, now we have to go back to movies for a second.
Say Anything.
Oh.
Ione Skye,
you
John
had
Cusack.
Me at Say Anything.
And Joan Cusack, for that matter. I love that movie. And the classic, you know, with him standing with the boombox over his head.
Yeah. And the
I love that song.
Mid-thigh trench coat.
Yeah. Yes. I remember, so when I broke up with, or I guess he broke up with me, when my boyfriend senior year broke up with me, I blasted that song driving around, crying my eyes out for hours.
Wow.
I loved that song. I still do. If it comes on, I will still turn it up.
So I don't know why, but Sinead O'Connor just blasted it in my head.
Nothing compares to you.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That was a big one. Very melodramatic.
I love drama, though, in songs. I love a song that builds.
Yeah. All right. So Peter Gabriel.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody else on your list?
I mean, we've talked about this before. I love Tears for Fears. Everybody Wants to Rule the World. That's a classic, too.
Sure. There was this short list of albums, and now we've bumped slightly up from cassette tapes, so I've gotten older.
CDs.
We're into CDs now. And one of them was NXS Kick.
Mm-hmm.
Another one was REM, Out of Time.
Oh, REM.
Another one was randomly the Pump Up the Volume soundtrack, like from the movie.
Yeah.
And I had, what else? Enya.
Oh, I was going to say Enya, but then I was like embarrassed.
I mean, I already opened with the trash bag, so I'm fine.
Yeah. I still wouldn't call her a staple, though. Like, if you asked me songs of hers, I probably wouldn't be able to tell you, but I would recognize the sound of it. No, but
there was a lot of background music. Another one, George Winston.
Yeah. But I think that was more because our parents listened to that.
Yes.
You know, but I did love
But it was in the background.
Yeah.
Like, it was influential.
And music has a funny way of doing that. It can take you back. It's like smells.
Yeah. Obviously, Boys Town Sugar on Ray.
No, it was Boys Town Sugar on Bread.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. Boys Town Sugar
the mainstream
on Bread.
Title is Pour Some Sugar on Me, but I thought it was Boys
Town Sugar on Bread.
Yeah.
Or I thought that's what it was. Maybe you thought it was Ray.
I thought it was Ray.
Tom Petty.
Yeah,
we've
talked about that. That's a classic.
Yeah.
U2.
U2 was good. And With or Without You. That's a good one.
The Cure, Midnight Oil.
Today, when I think about what I listen to today, it's just the quiet in my car. I don't listen to a lot of music anymore.
I actually had a moment the other day when I was driving for like an hour and a half to work, and it was dead silent. thought, I'm getting old because I'm really enjoying this.
Yeah, you know you're old when. It's true. I love music, but I will select silence when I can get it.
Sometimes. Yeah.
A lot of times for me. But that's probably because of the frat parties that happen in my house
Yeah.
from time to time.
So we've been dancing around it the whole time, but the big one is technology.
Tech.
And I love what you said about this idea that sometimes the feelings that we have in certain moments or with certain parts of life are still the same for our kids as it was for us. But there is a difference.
There's a different flavor.
There's nothing you can do unless you go out in the middle of the woods somewhere, like
right, which is just not realistic for most of us.
To get away from this technology. It's everywhere.
I think about going back when I was in middle school. You know, the way that I would communicate with my friends at school.
Yeah.
We would take time to write out these long notes that said nothing important. And then you had to fold them a certain way and you colored them. It was like a big process.
Let's talk about that.
And then there was the handoff of the note.
Yes.
In the hallway, you know?
So this is another one of those little artifacts that it's a lot like the mixtape. There was the content of the note. Like, by the way, these notes were written in cursive.
Yeah.
Anybody under the age of, 15 or...
knew how to write cursive because you had to.
Yeah. And now people barely know what cursive is. So there's the content of the thing, and then there's the folding of the note.
That was key.
We can't just gloss over that. These were very complicated. I mean, they
origami
came from
notes.
Deep traditions in Japan, like literally. It was crazy the amount of time, and then the coloring.
I think I still have like a shoebox full of notes from one of my best friends in high school.
Are they folded?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh.
I mean, good stuff.
If you can find that, we should take a photo, like later.
I know. Like, I really want to go sifting through my garage and find it now.
I haven't even thought about that for years.
That was such a big deal. And now it's,
now it's like, oh, bro, here's a...
Well, and you can't even be bothered to type a whole word. It's like all these weird...
all these codes.
Yeah. It kind of segues into, because I'm thinking about doing something for someone. Like there's thought and effort that goes into it. You know, when you think about buying a gift for someone these days, it's literally like you pick up your phone and go to Amazon and you just find what you want and you send it to them.
Right.
How much thought really went into that or effort on your part? It takes away some of that meaning.
Well, and back to the whole idea that back in that time, if you wanted something, you had to leave your house and go get it. You couldn't just summon it to you. Now, if I'm hungry, I could have someone pass some food through this window if we gave them some directions. We don't even have to go upstairs.
No,
we could
just type it in there.
Yeah. Walk around the house and pass it through the window.
You said you have to physically go out and find it. I remember when I must have been in elementary school. I don't know. They had these little squish balls that were new, or kind of like Kush. Remember Kush balls?
Of course.
They were similar to that, but there was something really enticing about these, and they were the new exciting thing.
What it is the precursor to what we now know as fidget toys.
Right. Well, what is that? ASMR? Oh, yeah. They have ASMR boards. It's all sensory stuff.
Yeah.
Is that the name of it? I got to look it up. Anyway, it's an acronym for something. But I remember this was the new exciting thing to go get this squishy ball.
Mm-hmm.
And I begged Mom to take me to find this stuff. And again, because it was new, you couldn't find it just anywhere. She dragged my ass to like 3 stores and we never found it. I mean, it was, we're all sold out. Oh, I was devastated. So I don't know if I ever got it. But just the idea of having to drive from place to place and spend the evening doing that. We don't do that anymore. And in some ways, that's very nice. I love the convenience of that.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
It is very nice. But there's something about exploration that's getting a little bit crushed, potentially.
It is.
Because how many times did we go out looking for one thing and you ended up seeing another thing?
Mm-hmm.
What's really interesting is in this era of the 80s, we spent a lot of time pontificating and movies were built and stories were built around what the future would be like. And I remember one of the films that we loved watching, or the Back to the Future series.
Mm-hmm.
Back to the Future 2, they had hoverboards and all
What
this
was
stuff.
the latest or the farthest in the future they went? I can't remember. Are we past it now? I got to look that up.
2015.
Okay, so we are officially past the point.
We're not just past it.
We're 10 years
past
we're a decade past it.
We're a decade past it. And the whole idea of driverless cars and
here we are.
And here we are. This is part of why I really love the new Tron movie, is because it
incorporates that, and it feels like realistic.
Another thing, like a back in the day moment, and this is pertinent to your family life. This week, you have officially crossed that boundary where you have 2 out of 4 kids independently driving.
Half of my kids can drive.
That's like such a huge independence moment.
Oh my gosh.
And I think that moment is still what it is. That hasn't changed that much.
Here's what I will say about that, though, just to comment on that culturally today. I feel like back when we were 16, that was monumental. And universally, everyone wanted it.
Yeah.
Now, it's like 50-50. Kids are not as motivated or excited. There's something that's changed.
I think we just talked about it. You can bring the world to you now. You
can just get an Uber.
Yeah, or go on Amazon and go shopping, or go, you don't need to go out.
But where's the independence in that, though?
Where's the exploration?
Right.
Where's the independence? But I do think there's some independence thing that remains.
Yeah, well, and I think it just looks different. Like they're exploring through TikTok.
Right.
They're exploring on their couch.
Right. So it's not to say it's not exploring, but it's different.
It is.
And I, as a very sensory-oriented seeking person,
have to get up and go somewhere.
I just can't accept that as the same. It's not the same for me.
Mm-mm.
And flash forward with the driving thing. I wonder in 30 years, our grandkids, are they even going to drive?
No, I don't think at all they will.
All right. So the takeaway is, number 1, we're both old. Number 2 is we're both old. Number 3 might be that there are a lot of experiences and feelings that we have with certain milestones in life that are the same, but they are experienced somewhat differently because of the technology that we have around us now.
The world is different.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we're old. There are some similarities. People are still going to people. And
I like that. People are still peopling.
Yeah.
And there still is the human factor of being human.
Right. It's just a different experience from...
Different.
All right. Well, that's our little walk down memory lane.
Thanks for sitting through that. It was a lot.
We'll see you
next time.
See you next time in the mud.
Thanks for being with us in the mud today.
If you liked this episode, do us a huge favor and subscribe to the show. This is going to make sure you never miss an episode, and it's going to help us grow our muddy community, which would mean the world to us.
See you next time in the mud.